Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. Don't forget to do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Great news, we just jumped over 600 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to jump right into things because there's so much to cover in this episode. You might think it is a serious one, but I think it's kind of funny because Bill is in that episode and Bill gets the best one-liners ever, and they don't spare many this episode. So getting on to things, we first see Steffi and she tells Thomas and Caroline that Ivy deleted the video and she asks them not to talk about it. In fact, she wants to know if Caroline spoke to Ridge about it and she tells her no. Now she says, okay, mum's the word, never speak about it again. And then Ridge shows up and he tells him that Lieutenant Baker closed the investigation and he also told Thorne. So this is great news all around. And then Ridge tells Steffi that he and Caroline are engaged and Thomas says that Ridge asked him to be the best man. Caroline leaves to go talk to Bill and then Ridge tells Steffi that they're going to start a family, and Steffi questions this up and down. She questions why he broke up with her 1 minute and then proposed the next minute. And Ridge tries to explain, and he brings up, the fact that she lost her sister and Allie was gone, and there's not a day that he doesn't think about the kids that have gone, but he thought it was the right thing to do. He didn't want to lose Caroline, and he's got this and a few other reasons why. And Steffi's not buying it at all. She asks him if he's even thought this through. And then Thomas says, when asked, he wants both of them to be happy. Steffi's suspicious. After that, we see Katie, Bill, and Brooke. And they tell Brooke that Caroline summoned them for some news. And obviously Brooke is suspicious about that and very curious. And Bill asks Brooke what's going on. But no one's got a head start on this one, but Caroline arrives and lets them out of their misery. And she tells them that she and Ridge are engaged, and she flashes the rock. And Bill says the dressmaker has a drawer full of them, and he calls Ridge a predator. And then Brooke asks her if they're both ready for marriage, and she reminds Caroline that she wanted a family, and says that Caroline turns around and says kids aren't a deal breaker, but Ridge did change his mind and they're going to start a family. Now, obviously, Brooke is really suspicious of this. And Bill says that she'll be pushing him around at a high school graduation in a wheelchair. And Caroline calls him a bunch of Debbie Downers. Yeah, that's a grown-up response. And then Brooke says, good luck with that, and she leaves. So there's a ton of cynicism. Caroline doesn't get the response she wants. And Bill expresses his reservations, and Caroline begs him to support her. She says that, between him and Katie, they're the only family that she's got in town, and Bill says obviously he'll be there for her, he'll always be there for her, and she's happy with that. And after that, we see Steffi. She tells Thomas that this isn't what he wants, and she knows it. And he says he wants what makes his dad happy, and tells her that he's on the design team. And then Steffi reminds him that they were more than just friends once, him and Caroline. And she said something's going on and she wants to know. She's really suspicious of this whole thing. And Thomas makes up a lot of excuses, but Steffi's still suspicious. After that, we see Katie, and she thanks Bill for supporting his niece. And Bill says that the dressmaker better treat her like a princess, or he's going to have to answer to him. And we all know what happened the last time that Ridge had to answer to Bill. Wow. Now, after that, we see Brooke, and she barges into Ridge's office and asks him if he's out of his mind. She says that Caroline is from another era, and then Ridge comes up with a great line. Ridge says, that's what my mom used to say when you married my dad. Oh my God, are you kidding me? And then Ridge tells Brooke that he's going to have the vasectomy reversed, and Brooke figures, and she's right, that he hasn't told Caroline about the vasectomy. And then Caroline arrives. And she notices the tension in the room, and then Brooke starts dropping a ton of hints, and they kind of spar back and forth. And Brooke is really pushing the point, and she's not backing down. Ridge tells her to drop it. And then Brooke says, you tell her or I will. And that's where we leave things off. So a really interesting episode. Brooke is pulling no punches. In fact, she looks a lot like Stephanie in her heyday. And it makes you think for a second, maybe Brooke should have a Coke and a smile and shut the bleep up, because it's not her business, it's Ridge's business. So tell me what you think about that one. At any rate, that's all she wrote for this episode of B&B. It was quite a wild one. It's Paul, it's B&B Talk. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and thank you all the subscribers. Have a great day.